Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode of The Grandstand here on the Ohio Patriot Education Network YouTube channel. I am, as always, your host, AR the Ohio Patriot. And for today's episode, we're going to talk about how the East Palestine train derailment that happened almost 2 weeks ago now is now affecting my personal health, and not in a good way, and it's also not good that it's also affecting Mom's personal health at this point. We both woke up today feeling like absolute shit. My joints have been hurting all fucking day. This is not a usual thing for me either, by the way. This only usually happens when I'm about to do for a shot for my medical issues, and it's long from now is when I need to take one of those shots. We're talking about like weeks away from now. And the fact this is happening now makes perfect sense considering that she's been out and doing stuff for the past few days outside, so she'd be having direct contact with the various toxic chemicals that are in the air and stuff like that around here now, and she would be indirectly handing it off to me that since I haven't left the house in the past couple days is what it is. So yeah, not good, man. Not good at all is what it is. And on top of that, then, as we said in the thing here, we now have a fourth train derailment in fucking Michigan. Train that derailed in Van Buren Township, operated by Norfolk Southern, claims there was no hazmat leak this time, which I call absolute bullshit on. There's 100% toxic material there as well, and they're just trying to cover shit up at this point. Seriously, how the fuck is Norfolk Southern still in business right now? J.D. Vance, Sherrod Brown, Jim Jordan, Debbie Dingell, etc., etc. You know, all these fucking federal congressmen and senators and stuff like that, dude. Why are these fuckers still in office, dude? Or why the fuck are these people not in office? Why the fuck is this company still in business? And why the fuck are you people in office not doing a damn thing about it, dude? It's absolutely ridiculous, dude. Yeah, this is Congresswoman Debbie Dingell saying, "My team and I have been in touch with Supervisor Kevin McNamara, the Van Buren Fire Department, and other local officials regarding the train derailment in Van Buren Township. We are also in touch with the relevant federal authorities, including the EPA. At this time, no one is aware of the release of any hazardous materials. The car carrying hazardous materials has been put upright and is being removed from the area of other derailed cars. EPA is dispatching a team to ensure public safety who will continue to monitor the situation very closely, remain in touch with federal, state, and local authorities, and release additional information as it becomes available." But that's the thing, right? This is the fourth derailment in less than 2 weeks, dude. This is the third derailment in like fucking 3 days, for God's sakes. Are you fucking kidding me, people? God damn. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, is it actual fucking, like, rusting out of trains at this point? Or is it just fucking negligence? Or is it legitimately fucking sabotage at this point, honestly, dude? From other countries. It could be a mix of everything, honestly. I mean, hell, I was on Twitter here a little bit ago, and Jack Pacific was talking about it. And he was talking about one of the Ohio train tracks here looking like a fucking third world country is what it is, dude, because it's so fucking jacked up and stuff. And it's like, yeah, it is. It all is like crazy, like slopey shit and stuff like that. Instead of being built properly on a fucking thing is what it is, dude. So it can go straight is what it is. So I don't know. I'm worried about my health at this point, though. I mean, I'll tell you what, I really am. And the fact that nothing seems to be changing anymore, and it's just like just retarded bullshit is what it is, dude. I'm just really sick and tired of it. Really sick and tired of it. Yeah, we got East Palestine residents seek answers on derailment hazards at packed meeting to the public. We're actually going to read this article here before we leave today. We're only going to be here for about another 10 minutes or so, probably, because I just don't feel well is what it is. Like I said, my joints are just seriously in pain right now. A lot is what it is. Breaking as of 40 minutes ago, Soros apparently endorses DeSantis for GOP nominee. That's not good. That was nothing. Fucking cop. Oh, by the way, for those that didn't hear about it yet, the Michigan State University shooting, the guy had 2 handguns, both 9mm. Then was obviously arrested in 2019 for not having a CCW, which is absolute bullshit anyway, because again, we should have constitutional carry in this country nationwide, so it's whatever at that point. But yeah, there's some more shit from the. Oh wait, this is another one apparently as of 11 hours ago. Massive. Never mind. That's a different one. This is massive 5-acre fire breaking out in a warehouse storing plastic plant pots in Florida. Hazmat teams are monitoring air quality due to large amount of smoke coming from the burning plastics. This shit is all sabotage, dude. 100% at this point. It's not. There's no way it's not. There's absolutely no way that shit is not, dude. And you can't tell me otherwise. Then you got fucking dipshit Pete. State of Biden administration. Blame Trump for something that happened exclusively under your watch. Exactly. And that's one thing that really pisses me off about that little dick sucker Sherrod Brown at this point, dude. So first of all, 2 things about Sherrod Brown. Number 1, cheating motherfucker Sherrod Brown, who I've been calling out for 5 goddamn years now of being a fucking cheater in 2018 midterms, still has yet to be brought up on charges for massive voter fraud in the state back in 2018 midterms when he had his fucking judge friend put almost 300,000 ineligible voters back on our voter rolls 3 days before the midterm elections. This motherfucker doesn't give a shit about anybody or anything for that matter. Waits about 11 days or so after J.D. Vance, by the way, a first-term senator there. Wait, did I say? My mind's all out of it. Sherrod Brown's a federal senator. I think I said state senator. That's why I got to reiterate that. So, yeah, federal senator Sherrod Brown cheated his way into midterms 2018. Made a statement the other day after new Senator J.D. Vance, who's been in power less than 2 months roughly right now, made his statement. Sherrod only gives a shit because he's up for re-election again next year is what it is. That's the only fucking reason that Sherrod Brown cares about anything right now, dude, is because he wants political power again next year is what it is. So he's acting like he actually cares about Ohio when he doesn't, is what it ends up being here. So I called him and Vance out both on this one. I said, you guys need to get off your asses, legitimately, and hold Norfolk Southern criminally to account at this point. Federal death penalties across the board, dude, for these people. Every one of the billionaires behind those hedge funds and stuff like that own Norfolk Southern, there's 74% of them that do. Death penalties at federal level across the board, dude. What's going to happen right now? And then I proceeded to then call out Jim Jordan and J.D. Vance at a federal level, and I said, take these people take these people financially to account and take every last dollar that they own as a company. And it was specifically over this Fort Derailment there in Michigan now. So, anyway. But yeah, it's just a bunch of bullshit entirely, dude. It's absolutely fucking disgusting, man. All right, we're going to go ahead and read that fucking article from last night's town hall in East Palestine then. East Palestine residents seek answers on derailment hazards at packed public meeting, which, by the way, those pussies at Norfolk Southern never showed up to because they knew they're going to get their asses kicked or that the town was completely fucking not safe for human beings to be in or anybody for that matter to be in. But, of course, they won't actually tell you that. They just won't show up is what it is. But anyway. East Palestine, Ohio. Residents of the Ohio village upended by a freight train derailment packed a school gym on Wednesday night to seek answers on whether they were safe from toxic chemicals that spilled or were burned off. They're not, by the way. Nobody in the state is at all, dude. And that's why when I talked about Sherrod Brown and J.D. Vance bringing death penalty sentences against the fucking people of Norfolk Southern, it's because they have done the same to every Ohioan going forward, dude. They were going to fuck up our health for decades to come now and potentially kill us in a slow manner is what it is because of this bullshit. Anyways, as hundreds of worried people gathered to hear state officials tell them, as they did earlier that day, that testing so far has shown that local air is safe to breathe and to promise that safety testing in the air and water will continue. So residents had lingering questions over health hazards, and they demanded more transparency from the railroad operator. Norfolk Southern, the railroad operator, did not join what was billed as an open house gathering with local, state, and federal officials because the safety concerns of their staff, meaning they know for a fact that that town is a fucking shit show and a complete mess and they refuse to show up to it is what it really is, dude. It's probably because they're going to have to show up in hazmat suits is my guess, honestly, on that one. So anyway, said, quote, in a statement, the railroad claimed that they had been, quote, a growing physical threat to their employees and members of the community around the event. Because you deserve to get your asses beaten to death in the streets, dude. Seriously. Plain and simple. You all deserve to be killed at this point, dude, for the shit you've done to this fucking state and this country. Anyway. So the meeting came amid continuing concerns about a huge plumes of smoke, persisting odors, questions over potential threats to pets and wild animals, any potential impact on drinking water, and what was happening with cleanup. So even as the school resumed and trains were rolling again, people were worried. Why are there being hush-hush about this? Kathy Dyke said as a railroad. They're not out here supporting. They're not out here answering the questions. For 3 days, we didn't even know what was on that train. Exactly. Said, I have 3 grandbabies, she said. They are going to grow up here in 5 years and have cancer. Are they going to grow up here in 5 years and have cancer? So those are all factors that play on my mind. In and around East Palestine, near the Pennsylvania border, residents said they wanted assistance navigating the financial help the railroad offered hundreds of families who evacuated, and they want to know whether it will be held responsible for what happened. Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost advised Norfolk Southern on Wednesday that his office is considering legal action against the rail operator. You should have already done it, Yost. Seriously, dude. It's been almost 2 weeks now, bro. You should have already brought lawsuits against these cocksuckers and held them responsible for every last dime that they have right now, dude. Anyway, it says pollution, which continues to contaminate the area around East Palestine, created a nuisance, damage to natural resources, and caused environmental harm. Yost said in a letter to the company. It's not just East Palestine, dude. It's the entirety of Ohio at this point. When you have cars driving through legitimate rainstorms 70-something miles away and having like crazy fucking like toxic shit all over their vehicle, that's potentially acid rain. Nah, man, it affects this entire state, if not surrounding states for that matter as well on that one. Anyway, it's the state's Environmental Protection Agency said Wednesday that the latest tests show water from 5 wells supplying the village's water supply are free from contaminants. I call bullshit on that one. If you're going to claim that stuff, then actually drink it, dude. Go on camera. Take a fucking... honestly, I would say like this, right? We have the ability. You don't even need a fucking camera crew, dude. Take a fucking phone. Take a tablet someplace to a fucking house. Walk up to their fucking tap water. Turn the fucking tap on. Grab a glass. Take a drink of it, dude. If you're not going to do that, then fuck you. It's not fucking safe to drink, period. It's a bunch of shit, dude. Yeah, I heard about that one this afternoon on the news, actually. They were also talking about how you had a secondary one, and I believe it was either, where's that now? Salem, or it was, I can't remember what it was now. It was one of those areas like that had another one as well. And that one's we're still waiting to be paid out for that one from years ago is what it is now. So, yeah, this company is not safe, dude. They have no business operating trains in this country at all ever again. So, anyway. So, the Ohio Department of Natural Resources estimates the spill affected more than 7 miles of streams and killed some 3,500 fish, mostly small ones such as minnows and darters. So, there hasn't been any confirmed deaths of other wildlife, including livestock, state officials claimed. Except for the fact you have chickens dead, you have other stuff like that dead. So Norfolk Southern announced Tuesday that it was creating a $1 million, fuck your $1 million fund for the community of 4,700 people, assholes. No, it needs to be $1 billion fund, you jackasses, and then it needs to be another $1 billion, and another $1 billion, and another $1 billion, all the way to you having no money of your $55 billion net worth, you jerk-offs. Fuck that. No, that entire town needs to be given about $5 billion, dude. And then the rest of the state is given another $50 billion, what it is. I'm not even going to fucking read what that asshole piece of shit CEO of Norfolk Southern said there, because fuck him. Fuck him, fuck them, fuck that entire company. They all need to burn in hell at this point, dude. I mean that seriously. When they are personally affecting my health, dude, no. I'll take your fucking asses to court, bitches. I have another doctor's appointment coming up in a couple months, dude, and I'm seriously going to talk to my MD and see if I can't get that updated even, for that matter, and have them do a battery test in the coming weeks right now, because there is no fucking way that I am going to have, for the 4th or 5th time in my life now, be fucked over by giant corporations and not get a fucking payday this time around. Fuck that. It's time to hold these fuckers financially responsible. It's time to hold them criminally responsible. And it's time to hold them death penalty charging responsible. End of fucking story, dude. So, anyway. And then, of course, you got, let me see if I can pull it up here real quick. We got, grab them up here right now. I screenshotted these a couple hours ago. This is back probably about 11 or so this morning, and then it was probably about noon or so this afternoon. You had Sherrod Brown and Mike DeWine basically going back and forth against each other, and you have one of these guys, not both of them, clearly lying right now. So you had DeWine and his set of tweets here. At the time, that was 6 hours, and I think that was around 5 or 6 o'clock this afternoon that I screenshotted this. Said DeWine's administration has been in daily contact with FEMA to discuss the need for federal support, but FEMA continues to advise that Ohio is not eligible for assistance at this time. I will continue working with FEMA to determine what assistance can be provided. And DeWine's office also said, spoke with White House earlier this morning to address the need for federal help in East Palestine. As a result of the conversation, I have requested assistance from U.S. Health/Human Services and Health and Emergency Response Team, as well as CDC to provide direct support. And then you got piece of shit Sherrod Brown claiming an hour later or so, I'm calling on Governor Mike DeWine to officially declare a disaster in East Palestine. Ohio EPA has been working hard, and we need to activate all available federal resources to help the East Palestine community. So you're straight up lying there, Sherrod Brown, because the guy already did it at that point. You know? Again, Sherrod Brown only gives a shit because Sherrod Brown is up for re-election in about 10 months is what it is, dude. Like, the campaign basically starts the end of this year in about 10 months or so, and then it's going to be all through 2024 is what it is. All the way to there is what it is. So when you got the guy being in office again for about, what is it, like, about 22 months right now is what he has left in his term. No, you don't give a crap about fucking people in the state, dude. You give a crap about getting reelected and being able to do insider trading and other kinds of shady-ass fucking criminal shit in federal office is what it is, buddy. That's what you care about, Sherrod Brown. When you said fucking in 2016 or so that you would not run for a third term and yet you ran for a third term, shows everything that you are, sir, which is a fucking scumbag piece of shit in general. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised, give or take, depending on if we actually find the names of the actual 74% of the hedge fund managers that own Norfolk Southern, the actual people, the billionaires that own that shit, dude. I would not be surprised if some of these billionaires, because I wouldn't be surprised with Michael Bloomberg, honestly, at this point. Because I don't know, Bloomberg has his fucking hands in everything at this point, honestly, you know? But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was like Bloomberg, Soros, etc. And I would not be surprised in the least if at least half of those guys had direct ties to Sherrod Brown for campaign donations and stuff like that, dude. The same thing to a lot of other federal senators and congressmen as well, for that matter. So, yeah, it's a bunch of shady scumbag shit, dude. I'm sick and tired of it. I am sick and fucking tired of these fucking people who don't give a crap about this state, claiming to represent the state when they don't represent the state at all. If they really gave a shit, you would have seen 10 fucking days ago them introduce death penalty legislation against these fucking people, dude, at Norfolk Southern. You would have seen them 10 fucking days ago start suing these people into the fucking ground and taking their fucking company piece by fucking piece is what it is. But they don't do that because they don't fucking care is what it is, dude. And that's the whole entire problem right now. That's why, honestly, what's funny is it really does go back to the clown world we're living in right now, dude. I was watching local news earlier, literally local ABC affiliate here. Our Channel 5 is what it is. And you had the one reporter woman talking about how Sherrod Brown and J.D. Vance were both in East Palestine today. And they were basically making the joke of, I'm from the government and I'm here to help. And people being like, yeah, nah, we're good on that, buddy. And it's like the fact that you're making those kind of fucking jokes when there is serious issues going on right now, dude. When people's health is being affected almost 50 miles away in my case and over 100 miles away in some other people's cases now. Like, nah, bro, it is bad shit. And God forbid, you know, we're supposed to be facing, I was watching fucking federal, whatever the hell that news is there for like CBS or whatever their evening news there, right before I come here to film this. And they were talking about now there's going to be an extreme weather blast pretty soon here that's going to be affecting Ohio and a bunch of other states around us, dude. And it's like, okay, how much of the contamination is going to be able to be dealt with before we get a giant fucking winter snowstorm coming in here, dude? Or now you're going to have fucking snow being contaminated like fucking crazy and potentially being hitting people's, you know, vehicles and cars and everything else like that, dude. And now that's fucking draining off into the systems. That's draining off into the well water and stuff like that. Like, God forbid, man. God forbid that we want to have clean drinking water and clean air and a clean fucking environment for ourselves and our future generations behind us, whether it be our children, our grandchildren, etc., to be able to grow up and not have fucking giant corporations being able to willy-nilly fuck us over because you don't have career politicians, what it is. And meanwhile, you got fucking scumbag piece of shit Sherrod Brown bitching and moaning about, oh, it's Trump's fault because Trump fucking did the thing with the braking system. You had 2 fucking years, douchebag, under Biden's ass now, Sherrod Brown. 2 fucking years, you fucking cunts. Could have done anything right now to fix the fucking braking systems on these goddamn trains, dude, and stop these fucking derailments from happening in the first place, dude. 2 fucking years, Sherrod Brown, you and fucking Joe Biden have had to sit there and put forth and put through various standards to put back to place to where you have 3-minute times to do inspections, not fucking 45 seconds now, which is what you were bitching and moaning about in East Palestine today, buddy. Which, by the way, the one guy that used to work for the fucking railroad system for about 22 years there and maybe still does, that Clyde guy that was here from Ohio, that did the video on the other day there, that fucking guy said 90 seconds then, dude. So you're talking about it went from 3 minutes to 1.5 minutes to 45 seconds now for these fucking train cars, dude. I am so sick and tired of it, dude. I'm to the point of saying, you know what? Fuck all government at this point, dude. All government does is create and fucking be the solution to every single problem in this fucking country, dude. That's exactly what it is, dude. Because you have the most corrupt motherfuckers in office every single fucking time. And until we have a 20th Amendment to the Constitution that includes automatic disqualification from office right now, that includes term limits in office right now, that includes the fact that you have no career politicians ever in this country, only then will we be able to ensure that we do not have corruption in fucking any kind of government officials, dude. Any kind of elected offices, any kind of civil servants. Because that's the real problem in this country right now. You have people that are supposed to be civil servants calling themselves politicians. You have people that are supposed to be civil servants fucking around and wanting to be career politicians is what it is, dude. I am so fucking sick of it, dude. And I know everybody else that there is too right now, honestly, dude. And I swear to fucking God, in 3 months, if I come up cancer positive again, it's fucking game on, bitch. I will not die of cancer because some fucking piece of shit railroad fucking gave it to me, dude. I will not die of cancer because some fucking big pharma entity gave it to me. And I will use my last days on this earth to bring these fuckers to account. Financially accountable, physically accountable, criminally accountable. And it's as simple as that. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And I will see you all in the next one. I will be giving a link to the description too. Or a link to the back chat if anyone wants to come in here and bullshit for a little bit. Because I'll be here for a few more minutes is what it is. But other than that, yeah, that's where we're at for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'll see you all in the next one.